Yeah. Hands where I can see him.
John, what are you doing?
Both be dead. Shut
John,
up.
he's right.
His mom and dad are not coming back.
Security!
Hey,
Back away.
Hey, no, don't be stupid.
Stay back.
Move! Pittsburgh PD!
Kid, 2 hands.
Late at night in Pittsburgh, college professor John Brennan drives his Prius nervously through the city. In the passenger seat, a man is bleeding heavily, gasping for air. John glances at him, torn between stopping for help and pushing forward. Moments later, the man falls silent, leaving John in tense uncertainty. 3 years earlier, John lives a quiet suburban life with his wife Laura and their young son Luke. One evening, they dine with John's brother and sister-in-law, though tensions rise when Laura clashes with her about work. Back at home, John and Laura share a tender moment before bed, showing the life they have built together. The next morning, Laura prepares for work. After giving herself her daily insulin injection, she notices a blood stain on her jacket and tries to wash it out. Before she can finish, police storm into the house. They arrest her for the murder of her boss. Luke screams as officers drag his mother away. At her trial, evidence piles up against Laura. A coworker claims to have seen her leaving the crime scene. Her fingerprints are on the fire extinguisher that was used as the murder weapon. The victim's blood is found on her jacket. Despite her insistence that she is innocent, Laura is convicted and sentenced to life in prison. 3 years later, John struggles to raise Luke alone while teaching English at a community college. He brings his son for prison visits, but Luke avoids his mother, no longer able to connect with her. John continues to hire lawyers, but every appeal fails. Laura maintains she only bumped into someone in the parking garage that night, and she remembers hearing a button pop from the stranger's jacket. But without proof, the courts refuse to reconsider the case. When Laura learns her final appeal has failed, she breaks down. That night, John receives a call. Laura has attempted suicide. At the hospital, he finds her handcuffed to a bed with bandages around her wrist. Realizing she has lost all hope, John decides in that moment that he will do whatever it takes to get her out. He begins to research prison escapes. He studies books, makes detailed notes, and memorizes methods of breaking out. To learn more, he arranges a meeting with Damon Pennington, a former inmate who escaped multiple times. Damon explains the risks. Pittsburgh can be locked down in 15 minutes, the metro region in 35. John will need money, fake passports, and an exit plan to a country without extradition. Most importantly, Damon warns, he must be ready to kill or injure innocent people. If John isn't willing to go that far, he shouldn't start. Back home, John covers an entire wall with maps, photos, and calculations. He scouts the prison closely, watching guard routines, delivery vans, and locked doors. He begins to live a double life, hiding his planning while still teaching and parenting. To secure forged documents, John enters dangerous neighborhoods, seeking contacts through drug dealers. At first, he is beaten and robbed, but later, a man named Mike offers to produce fake IDs for him. Mike warns that John's desperation will lead to mistakes if he isn't careful. Meanwhile, John buys a handgun and practices using it, preparing for the worst. John takes his first major risk when he learns about bump keys, special tools that can unlock most doors. After crafting one, he hides it among his regular keys and brings it to a prison visit. Staying at the back of the visitor group, he tries it on the elevator lock. The key snaps inside. Guards find the broken piece and interrogate visitors one by one. Surveillance shows John near the elevator, though his face is not visible. With no proof, he is released. Outside, he vomits from the stress. Detectives Quinn and Nabulsi, already suspicious of Lara's case, begin to watch him more closely. Despite this failure, John keeps pushing forward. At the park, he meets Nicole, a single mother whose daughter is friends with Luke. She invites John and Luke to her daughter's birthday party. He agrees, though his focus remains on his plan. Soon, John notices a medical van making regular trips to the prison. After researching online, he learns how to break into a car using a tennis ball. He tests the trick, sneaks into the van, and steals Lara's blood test records. At home, he alters them digitally to show dangerously unstable glucose levels. Then devastating news arrives. Laura is scheduled to be transferred to a maximum security facility in just 3 days. John knows this will end any chance of freeing her. He must act immediately. Desperate for money, John considers robbing a bank. He parks outside wearing a cap and sunglasses, But when he sees a guard helping a woman with a stroller, he loses his nerve and drives away. That night, he follows a drug dealer to his supplier's house. Forcing his way inside with his gun, he threatens the gang leader, Alex, demanding cash. When Alex resists, John pours alcohol to start a fire, showing he is willing to burn everything down. Alex claims a child is upstairs and runs off, but John follows cautiously, using the dealer as a shield. Alex reaches for a gun, and in the struggle, John shoots him dead. Searching the house, John finds a duffel bag filled with money. As he leaves, the wounded dealer begs John not to abandon him. Torn between helping and survival, John drags him to the car. Driving through the night, he struggles with the man dying beside him. Moments later, the dealer dies. John leaves the body at a bus stop and drives away, his car's taillight broken in the struggle. He spends a night at his parents' house. His father finds the hidden passports and tickets in John's bag, but says nothing. The next morning, he gives John a strong handshake and a quiet embrace, silently offering his blessing. With 2 days left, John finalizes his plan. He dismantles the collage of maps and notes from his wall, stuffing the papers into separate trash bags and scattering them around the neighborhood to confuse investigators. That morning, with Luke in the car, John breaks into the medical van again. He swaps the falsified blood tests and cuts the lab's phone lines so no doctor can confirm the results. On the day of the transfer, John drops Luke off early at Nicole's daughter's birthday party. He tells Nicole his parents' number is written in Luke's jacket, just in case he runs late. Then he drives to the hospital where Lara is being moved for supposed medical reasons. Wearing a white coat, John slips into Lara's room and pulls a gun on the guards. He forces them to uncuff her and ties them up. Lara refuses to leave, saying she won't let him throw his life away. To convince her, John hands her his phone, telling her to call Luke and explain why she won't ever see him again. Unable to do it, Lara finally agrees to escape. John gives her civilian clothes he had prepared, and together they move quickly through the hospital. At first, they wear lab coats to disguise themselves, but as security is alerted, they change outfits several times. Detective Nabolsi spots them briefly, but they duck into an elevator. To mislead the police, John drops their coats near a stairwell, making it appear they went downstairs. Instead, he and Lara ride back to the lobby and slip out through the front doors. Outside, they blend into a crowd of hockey fans heading toward the subway. They board a train, but John knows police will be waiting at the next station. He suddenly pulls the emergency brake, stopping the train beside a fenced parking lot. Through a hole he had cut earlier, they escape and reach an SUV he had parked there in advance. Driving across the city, John and Lara cross a bridge just before police block it. Their next step is picking up Luke, but at the party house, they discover Nicole has taken the children to the zoo. Time is running out and the 35-minute escape window is closing. On the way to the zoo, John realizes they may not have enough time to pick up Luke and still avoid the roadblocks. He considers leaving him behind so Lara's parents can collect him later. Lara refuses, saying she will not live without her child. In despair, she opens the car door while it speeds down the highway, leaning out as if ready to end her life. John pulls her back in, narrowly avoiding a deadly crash. Shaken, they pause. Then John decides to take the risk. He turns the car back toward the zoo. Inside the aquarium exhibit, John quickly finds Luke and reassures him. Nicole notices Lara waiting in the vehicle, but says nothing. With the family reunited, they drive away together. Approaching a police checkpoint, John improvises. He picks up an elderly couple from the train station and offers them a ride. Since police are only searching for a young couple with a child, their car is waved through without suspicion. After dropping the couple safely in town, John and his family head toward the airport. Using the forged passports, they pass through security just as their photos are about to be flagged. A change of shifts at the checkpoint prevents the officer from recognizing them. Meanwhile, detectives assemble John's discarded notes from the trash. Believing the family is headed to Haiti, they block flights there. But this was a false lead planted by John. The Brennans successfully board a flight to Venezuela. Back in Pittsburgh, Detective Quinn returns to the crime scene. He reconsiders Lara's account of the murder, how she moved the fire extinguisher without realizing it was the weapon, how she bumped into a stranger, and how she heard a button pop from his jacket. Searching a drain near the garage, Quinn sees nothing at first. Just beyond reach, however, lies a jacket button, confirmation that Lara was innocent all along. In Caracas, John, Lara, and Luke settle into a hotel. For the first time in years, Luke kisses his mother goodnight. As Lara and Luke sleep peacefully, John quietly takes a picture of them, finally capturing the family together again, free at last.